Welcome to the AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series 2026, round 3 and the final game out here at Pinks Reserve today. And it is the Eastern Football Netball League taking on the South Metro Junior Football League for the final game, the Under-14 Boys Division 1. I'm Ryan Long, joined by Josh Ward, who called that last game Division 2 and a very big win for the Eastern side. I think it was 117 points in the end. It was a very high-scoring game for the EFNL and a great result as the series comes to a close.
Well, they're undefeated, the Under-14 Div 2 boys. They've been magnificent. Seen them twice in their first encounter with the YJFL boys. Took about a quarter to really gel, and then in the end they were able to get on top and get over the line quite convincingly. They won their last game convincingly as well before a big victory here. And the Div 1 boys have performed pretty well. They were good against the YJFL, lost their last game by 10 points, and they've got some pretty good players. A distinct Vermont taste about it as well, with 8 Vermont juniors playing in this lineup today, Ryan.
Yeah, well, and of course they have been such a strong junior program for such a long time, and the numbers at the club are massive. So when you have that, it's very handy, and obviously coming into an interleague series with the best of the best, yes, you're right, there are a lot of talented Vermont players out there, and looking forward to seeing how this game ends up going, and we'll see if it's a bit more of a competitive battle between the two sides.
Oh, we still don't mind an Eastern win.
We do, as it's this is an EFNL broadcast, of course. So, but in terms of our depth, with our obviously the last 2 years has been a major thing with the depth that this interleague program has had. You know, the ones have been obviously fantastic, but you've seen what now the twos have been able to do. You know, we called that game earlier at Walker Park. You were there. And, it was 2 pretty strong wins for the EFNL. So we'll see how it translates again in round 3.
And these are against pretty strong junior programs, the South Metro and the YJFL. I'm not too sure on the Frankston and District Junior Football League, but there's a lot of talent. A lot of players do get drafted. Well, obviously,
do you know much about the South Metro?
It's a pretty strong junior competition. It is purely juniors. A lot of these players go on to play amateur footy as well, and potentially go on to play higher honours as well as we get underway, Ryan.
So Bolter with the first tap down for Eastern. It's clearance now going forward for South Metro towards the centre half forward, using his body well, couldn't quite take the mark. It's mopped up by the EFNL. Kick back in towards the corridor. Moving forward there, Mulholland. Turned over, and now the long kick from Skura. And the inset mark is taken here from Lloyd, Jacob Lloyd from the East Brighton side. Hits up a short target. Goes back to Lloyd. Bit of pace on him as he finds a target on the far side of the ground.
One thing I do admire about the Div 1 sides, the skill level is really high.
Absolutely is. The kick was turned over, and now Easton going through the corridor. The mark was taken by Dixon as the handball option. As they link up again towards us now on the broadcast side. Bouncing towards the boundary line. It's going to go over the line and out. And we'll get a boundary thrown right in front of us out here at Pinks Reserve. Beautiful day on a Monday in June. Weather has certainly been fantastic for the final day of the series.
You wouldn't think it's winter at the moment.
No.
I've even got the jumper off at the moment, and you're rocking the shorts once again.
Yeah, it's a very nice day out here, and if you're listening from home or want to get out here, Pinks Reserve, of course, and we've also got Walker Park, which is live streamed at the moment for the under-15 girls. Is this one back into play now? Dixon, he's kicked towards the half-forward line. Keeping in front of himself, doing well there was Hewitt. And we're going to get another ball up. Back inside 50 now for Eastern. 18 minutes left to play in this first term. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube today. The tap down was 1. Bolto. Oof. Sleeman. And free kick here going the way of South Metro.
Trooper Bradshaw from Pran. Is it 25? It is. The umpire blew the whistle twice. They didn't hear the whistle, actually, the South Metro boys, but it's going to advance to the arc out here, which we'd say is about 40, 45 metres out here at Pinks Reserve. It's a pretty decent-sized ground, the main oval, the home, of course, of the Kilsyth Football Club, competes at the senior level at the Division 4. Plenty of junior sides as well in both the girls and boys. Is on the far side, the kick cut off, Sleeman. The Royal junior goes inside forward 50, nearly a strong grab, but the spoil came in there on Edward Rogerson, handballed it away immediately, and the goal goes through for the Eastern boys. They have the first on the board out here at Pinks Reserve, and it might be Nicholas Hewitt, one of 8 Vermont boys. They kicked that goal, 1 straight 6. The AFNL to South Metro yet to register on the scoreboard. And we just ticked over 3 minutes played here in the first quarter.
Yeah, good start for the EFNL. First one on the board in this clash with South Metro.
He did threaten the game I saw against the YJFL inside forward 50. Kicked a couple of goals as well.
Who won the medal that day, or that night in that first game?
I'm not too sure, actually.
The EFNL. Well, of course, we're back in the middle here. 1 straight 6 to no score. Going up with the big fly in the ruck. The tap down, but the clearance is going to be won by Easton. Trying to pick this one up, just keeping it in front of himself, tapping it forward. There was Jennings. Made a lot of ground off that. The handball back. Now Hewitt again. He handballs over the top. Was looking for Sleeman. Jennings. This time wrapped up, and we're about 15 out from goals.
Jaden Forbes, who won best on the ground, had a lot of disposals. His
North Ringwood.
His dad, a North Ringwood player as well.
As the kick was smothered from Rogerson. And a good hit up.
There he is.
Right on cue. Jaden Forbes takes the mark and will be about 25, 30 metres out on a very slight angle, looking for the EFNL's second of the quarter. Knows his way around the goals as Forbes comes in and has missed to the right, so just a minor score. EFNL's first blemish on the scoreboard, 117. South Metro yet to score.
Almost the general in midfield as well as Jaden Forbes. No, he's a good ball user as the North Ringwood junior. As the kick in went to this broadcast side. William Henneberry took the mark. The East Sandringham junior goes down the line where the mark's dropped. Eastern are able to mop up through Jacob Dixon. Handball inboard was a good one, and a clean pickup from Bryce Oskuru, who turned it over eventually. Applies the tackle on Caleb DeYoung. And another ball up Wilton Shoe. Right in front of us out here, in a pretty good calling spot, it must be said, out here at Pinks Reserve. There's Bolto won that tap down. Well, pinballing around in the congestion. Govich tried to extract it. He was also one of the better players a couple of weeks ago, and will be key today. The Vermont junior is South Metro won that tap down. Govich ran onto it first. Handball inboard was a dangerous one, and it's immediately turned over. Elliot Mulholland long down the line. Juggling mark almost taken there by his teammate, who still has plenty of time to Spencer Barker. Went inside forward 50, where the kick is intercepted by Cooper Dawson. Looks to go through the spine. Mark dropped by his teammate. Allows South Metro to pounce. Quick handball away was a good one in the direction there of Stevens, who missed to the right. South Metro 1 behind to Eastern 117, and we've ticked over 6 minutes played.
Yes, on the board for the first time as we'll have Sharp to bring the ball back into play here for Eastern. Won the medal on Saturday in the 10-point loss to Frankston. As the Eastern side look to escape their back half. Mark is taken. The half-back line here for the EFNL. Just slipped the hands of Holroyd. Across the line it goes. So another boundary throw on this side of the ground.
It's one of the better calling spots out here, I must admit, Pinks Reserve.
Yes, of course, the home of the Division 1 Senior Men's Finals last year. Great setup down at Pinks Reserve with the new facilities. We get a ball up right in front of us. Tap down one by Easton again. Forbes was involved. Handball comes back out. Addard sends it forward now for South Metro. I've got 3 numbers here against 2. Inside 50. They find a target. The mark is taken by Dylan Toohey. Fair way out from home and a difficult angle. Looks to play on. Extends the angle, puts it towards goal and hits the post. Not a bad effort from there. but just a minor score. So they moved to 2 behind South Metro. EFNL 1-1-7. 12.5 minutes to play in this first term.
Sullivan Sharp taking the kick in. Shorty goes to Kyson Ferricane. Beaconsfield Jr. goes down the line where, in the end, an uncontested mark was taken by Nicholas Hewitt.
Been busy early.
He has been, as he looks to go inboard. Good mark taken by his Vermont teammate Alessandro Signorelli. Goes to this broadcast side wing where breaking a tackle and dashing away is Joshua Jennings. Didn't take a bounce, went inside forward 50, where his teammate was in a one-on-one and Edward Rogerson out the back. Kick went down the line. Contest affected there by Elliot Mulholland, but went straight to Easton as the kick inboard from Cutter will eventually reach a teammate. Handball back to Sullivan Sharp, who's had a good start to this game. Went to his North Ringwood teammate and Jaden Forbes. Up against 2, and the 2 at South Metro win out eventually. The handball back to Occhiotto. We got it to Stigerhouse, who was tackled upon immediately, as was Harvey Betts, who becomes the tackler and forces a stoppage. Centre wing, far side of Pink's Reserve. This ball thrown back up. Tapped down one by Boltso. Clearance for Easton, and Joshua Ray goes inside or near forward 50. Condon all by himself. Toughest of all angles and about right on the arc, or the junction of the arc and the boundary line. Went short. Kick was intercepted by South Metro, who looked to repel.
So they go down the line. It's turned over. The mark is intercepted. And Easton tucked away on the boundary line. Over it goes. So right in front of the scoreboard, we'll have a boundary thrown. 1-1-7 playing 2 behinds. The ball back in play. Tap down 1 once again by Bolto. A chance now for Easton. The handball was cut off. Applying good pressure with the tackle. Ball slips back out. Ray got the hands off, and now long kick in towards the top of the square. Mark not quite taken. And we might just get a stoppage if that ball doesn't go anywhere. It's Josh Jennings underneath that one for the EFNL.
Like this start so far, Jennings.
Yeah, very talented player. Of course, another Vermont junior. There he is again. That could be holding the ball. Ball comes back out. South Metro now look to clear this one out into a bit of space. The pickup couldn't quite grab it. He had Cutter there with the company. He's taken down in the tackle. The ball up right in front of us. Centre wing out here at Pink's Reserve. Tap down this time, won by South Metro. But out of the middle, it's Forbes. He got the hands off. Receives it back from Signorelli, and now looks to put this into towards the middle of the ground with Dixon. South Metro with numbers. Able to make a contest out of this. Picked away. That was by Condon. Bouncing kick. It was a dangerous one here. Now it's a chance for South Metro to go forward towards a player out the back who takes the mark, and De Young will put through South Metro's first of the afternoon. And they move to 1-2-8, 1-1-7.
In a fast start, well, a hotly contested start to this game so far, and South Metro will be pretty pleased to get that goal as we pass the halfway point of this first term.
Yeah, they've responded well after probably a more dominant start to the EFNL.
Shaping up to be a pretty close contest out here.
Be interesting to see. Obviously on Saturday, South Metro a bit of a loss to the Yarra Junior Football League, but they were pretty competitive against Frankston the week prior.
I was going to say, I think they lost that game, or might have.
Yeah, 4 points, I think.
So maybe that might give them a little bit of a boost, knowing they got a little bit closer to Frankston as tapped down. Nearly the backwards pick up there from Riley Galeo, who applies the pressure. Easton managed to escape the congestion and go searching in the direction there of Hewitt, who's been very busy, as we mentioned, to start this game. But South Metro have the run through the middle of Pink's Reserve. They handball it to their ruckman, who tries to break a couple of tackles. Couldn't, but will get a holding free kick. And it's to Jackson McPherson, the Hampton Rovers junior, handballs it immediately to Jacob Lloyd, who's also had a good start for South Metro. Out to this broadcast side, where nearly in green grass is Callan Duddy, handballed it off. We'll get this ball back, tap it back to Genevieve. Went deeper inside forward 50, where Eastern have the outnumber. The handball tried to find Luca Walter, who applies the pressure. Forbes around this footy again. Has had a good start to this game as Forbes in midfield and gets this ball back. Handballs it out to his teammate in Walter, who went backwards because his teammate had open space, but turned it over to Cooper Bradshaw. Looks like there might have been an off-the-ball hit from the South Metro boy on the Eastern boy. In the meanwhile, the kick inside forward 50. Picked up there and handballed it to Young. Kick was smothered, deflected to Stevens, who snaps, nearly marked by his teammate, bounces into the behind post. Would have been a great finish there from South Metro boys, but nevertheless, they still get a forward 50 stoppage. 6.5 minutes left here. They lead by a point. Fascinating start to this under-14 boys Div 1 clash between the Eastern boys and the South Metro junior boys as South Metro take it out of ruck. The looping handball from Marlowe to the congestion where Eastern should have the outnumber, and there's a holding free kick. And it's paid to South Metro, who can make it 2 in a row for them and extend their advantage out to 7 points. It's Spencer Buck. East Sandringham Jr. A little bit of an angle, but pretty much at the tip of the goal square. Comes in, straight over the goal umpire's hat. And it's South Metro 2-2-14 leading the Eastern 1-1-7 out here at Pinks Reserve.
Yeah, I did miss the free kick, but I've been able to now capitalise on a couple of forward 50 entries and put themselves in a pretty good spot as we tick a little bit closer to that quarter time break. 2-2-14, as you said, to 1-1-7. South Metro 14-1 side looking for their first win of the series in 2026. So we're back in the middle again. Tap down one by Condon. Out of the middle, bursting through there is Adard. Been busy for South Metro. Mark was almost taken by that man who just kicked the last goal. Got a bit of time and space, got the handball over the top. Copping one high was DeYoung, who might just be in range from here. He already has one for the day. So the Bentley Jr. be kicking from probably just on top of the arc here, just inside. It's not a bad strike of it. It's touched on the line. It's been paid, it's been through. Great kick there from Caleb DeYoung, who has his second for the day. Just got it through for a goal.
Almost the Josh Kennedy stutter step in that run-up as well. May have paid dividends.
Paid off for him, but big start, 3-2-20 to 1-1-7. South Metro leading.
It is a very positive start for the South Metro junior boys, who, as you mentioned, Ryan, looking for their first win of this junior interleague carnival. As we'll have this ball thrown up. Once again, Condon for the Eastern boys going up. Tap down one in the direction of Xavier Adard. The Bo Morris Jr. got their handball away, searching there for Chiotto, who turned it over. Cutter turned it over for the Eastern boys. And South Metro have another forward 50 entry, although the slap was in favour of Luca Walter. Sporting a decent mullet. Kick was deflected back to him. And right in front of the big sticks, this ball will be thrown up for South Metro. Another opportunity for them with 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. They lead by 13 points. They've kicked 3 goals on the trot. Can they make it 4 as they get the clearance? But it's in favour of Eastern. The handball was good to Shinkfield, who was under pressure. Still got a kick away. His teammate was run down and pinged for holding the ball. And it's Cooper Bradshaw, who's been lively, the Prahran Junior, to start this game. As he looks to play on immediately to Jacob Lloyd, who's also had a good start. Heads to the left forward pocket where he had a teammate all by himself, but doing well there was Sullivan Sharp. Forces a stoppage. Still in defensive 50 for Eastern. They'll have to hold off another opportunity for the South Metro boys. Less than 3 minutes left in this quarter out here. And the under-14 boys Div 1 clash, a double-header in the under-14s between the Eastern Football Netball League and the South Metro Junior Football League, as the Eastern boy is able to break a tackle, handball it off to Shinkfield, who just threw it onto the boot immediately. The mark nearly taken by Callan Duddy. Still handballed it away to Jacob Lloyd, who's been really good to start this game, as has Mulholland, who went inside forward 50, the fly. No mark taken. Handball there from Fisher, got it back to his teammate, who looks to play on immediately and relieve the pressure valve for the Eastern boys. They will temporarily, although umpire calls play on after it's spilt out. Tackled by Jackson McPherson, forces a stoppage.
So just the 2 minutes left in this first term, and it's a pretty handy lead for South Metro, 3-2 to 1-1. And they're about 60 out from their own goals. Tapping it in to a bit of space in the middle of the ground. The handball was turned over. And now they're going to move this through. Rogerson sending it towards Arch Eslick, who used the corridor. Hits up Zach Govic. 70 out from home. The kick inside 50. And a great intercept mark there taken by Duddy, who passed it off straight away and ran into some trouble. And that was well done by Josh Ray, who can potentially go back and have the set shot. Looks like he wants to find a target a bit closer to goal. Puts it towards the top of the square. Out the back, there is a number. Came off hands. Sleeman involved. And he's wrapped up. So a minute left on the clock, and they're pushing for their second, Eastern, right in front of their goals, 15 metres out. I'd love to get one before quarter time, which is a high clearing kick down the middle of the ground for South Metro. It's picked up this time by Sharp, dodging through traffic. Gets this one towards the half-forward flank. Picked up nicely, that time by Forbes. He looks to find a target. He was trying to get that to Signorelli, but it's cut off by South Metro, who might be able to get something going themselves with 30 seconds left. Taking the chance through the corridor. Picked up nicely by DeYoung, who's been busy early in this game. Handball back to DeYoung. Now inside 50. Bounce eluded the intended target. Is going back with the handball. Holroyd. Turned over, and now Adard sends this one inside 50, and they get a mark out of this. And towards the top of the square, they're just going to run out of time. So I believe that was Gadsden, who potentially, if he knew the time, may have took his time and had the set shot before the siren. But pretty good news for the South Metro side in that first quarter. They've had a good start. They're 3-2-20, Eastern 1-1-7. EFNL's 1 goal. Nick Hewitt from Vermont. As for the SMJFL, Buck has 1 and DeYoung has 2. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be back for the second quarter action out here at Pinks Reserve. Welcome back to the AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series, round 3, and the final game out here at Pinks Reserve this afternoon. The EFNL taking on South Metro. Currently here at quarter time, South Metro lead 3-2-20 to 117. We do have a live stream out at Walker Park for the under-15 girls Division 1 game. Josh, what's the current score there?
Quarter time out there as well, and it's the AFNL 1-4-10 leading the Essendon District 117.
There you go. So you can watch that on EFNL YouTube as well. Currently live streaming as we're back in the middle again. Chasing this one first was Mulholland. And the handball off, Schiller. Kick towards the far side. Was looking for Carew. Get a stoppage. Home of the Kilsyth Redbacks sign right in the back, thanks to Pinks Reserve and the Kilsyth Football Club for having us again in this series. They've been absolutely outstanding, but not just for the games, but also training here. Facilities are awesome with the 2 grounds. As tackle on the far side was pinged for holding the ball against Galeos. Now, South Metro, another siren.
I was going to say they've gone early.
That would have been a very quick quarter as South Metro go down the line. They find another target. It's De Young, who's been very important for this side so far. The kick just overdid the target. Gadsden chasing that across the line.
Seemed to have a scoreboard malfunction as well. It's
I think so, yeah.
Stuck on 2 seconds left, so...
that might be why, but
yeah.
We're getting early sirens.
I reckon I've only been a part of that once, a couple of years ago, back at Tormore Reserve, actually. I think there was a couple of times where the siren went twice early on, so...
So the tap down one by East into Bolto. We're deep inside. South Metro's attacking half the ground. Tui. His handball couldn't quite find Lloyd or Carew. Once again, we'll get another ball up. Front of the Eastern coaching group down at ground level. Kick inside 50. Going to get, no, play it on. Sharp, wrapped up. This time we'll get a stoppage. So still an opportunity here for South Metro to get the first on the second quarter and really extend this lead and put themselves in a pretty strong position. Signorelli, socket off the ground and picked up cleanly that time by Galea. He goes down the line and finds a target. Great hands by Josh Ray in amongst defenders. He gets the hands off and they go inside 50 once more. Running in front of this one, picking up cleanly. Well done was Condon. And his kick still alive. Hewitt got it back to Condon, and his kick smothered on the line. Brilliant defensive act. And it's just a minor score, Josh. So 1-2-8 Eastern, 3-2-20. Opportunity there gone begging. 2.5
minutes played here. We've got the scoreboard back. They've paid it a goal for Eastern, but it is 1-2-8 to 3-2-20. 2 straight kicks in it as they chain up well through kicks through the South Metro boys. A true centre-half back for them. Head towards this broadcast side. The fly out the bag and eventually lands in the lap of Hennebury. Handballed it over the top to Spencer Buck, who kicked a goal in that first quarter. Headed inside forward 50, where eventually picking it up is Gadsden. Snap misses to the right. An immediate response from South Metro means it's 3-3-21, back out to 13 points for them. 1-2-8. The AFNL is the kick in taken immediately. And heads in the direction there of Luca Walter. And sporting pretty decent mullet. Handballs it back to, that might be Edward Rogerson, who went to this broadcast side. Mark taken by Oscuru. The Montrose Jr. goes down the line. Mark not taken by Archer Eslick, who applies the tackle. Umpire says, I'll have this ball right in front of us, so we'll have a great view of this stoppage. Tackle laid there on William Hennebury. Had a good game so far, the East Sandringham Junior, as this ball thrown back up. Bolto went up, hit his back, so we'll count that as a tap down for him. Is eventually running onto it, other South Metro boys, but they turn it over. Sullivan Sharp has had a good game so far. We'll get this ball back here under immense pressure. Turned it over to Addard. Addard into the middle. And South Metro eventually get this ball inside forward 50. Out the back. There is Luca Walter, who slipped at the wrong moment, still got a handball away. Tap there was too hot from Brax Monckton to his teammate and Eddie Holroyd. Wheeling around is the South Metro junior. The kick not intercepted. It will be eventually by the Eastern boys. And the handball over the top will reach Xavier Addard, who couldn't take clean possession. Eastern could though, and they just decide to go through the spine, where the intercept possession is taken there by Steggy Huis.
Oh.
Under immense pressure, he put his teammate under, and Kai Kadoosh turned it over. Sleeman got a teammate over the top who should run onto it, trot in and kick a goal. Patrick Condon with his first, and the EFNL reduced their deficit to 7 points. 2-2-14 plays South Metro 3-3-21.
Yeah, fantastic. The forward pressure, I think that was Josh Ray, who wasn't holding the ball for a kick, but did enough just to be able to force the turnover and then set up the goal for the EFNL. And they did need that one because South Metro had kicked the last 3 of the game. So brings it back to a 7-point margin. EFNL 2-2-14, 3-3-21 South Metro. And we're back in the middle, ready to go again. 14.5 minutes left to play in this second term. Once again, the tap down, won by Bolto. But South Metro with the clearance. 80 out from home, the kick inside 50. A time from Marlowe, hits up a target. That might be De Young again, who you'd back to take the set shot from here. Has 2 next to his name, both coming in the first term. He's be kicking from just inside the forward 50 arc out here at Pink's Reserve. It's going to fall a little bit short. No defender on the line, and it's socked off the ground. And that is a goal to South Metro. And that is their 4th of the day.
Quick thinking there. We'll try to get the number of that player shortly, but that's one of the smartest goals so far in this day out here at Pink's Reserve, and it's back out to 13 points. 2-2-14, the AFNL plays South Metro 4-3-27, 13.5 minutes left, so 6.5 minutes gone.
I think that was Buck.
That's his second for Spencer Buck. Yep. Only the 2 goal kickers so far, as there's a free kick for the AFNL. Potentially 666 infringement as Bolto. Powerful kick off a step, try to find Sleeman, who forced the contest. But South Metro still take the grab. To his broadcast side, where Chuck Schiller will go down the line and find his teammate, who looks to wheel around immediately. Kick intercepted. Brax Monckton, one of 2 Beaconsfield players. Of course, Beaconsfield coming to the AFNL juniors in recent history, and the senior level as well. It's this ball locked up. It might have, umpire will call for it now. It might have been last year the Beaconsfield juniors made the move over, or the year before, to the AFNL.
Yeah, year before that.
Of course, talented junior system down there for both Beaconsfield and Berwick as well. Of course, Berwick a part of a different junior competition as this ball locked up. Tackle laid there by Josh Jennings, so I've liked his start so far. As I said in the first quarter, he might get this ball here from Bolto. Tapped it back to Galea. We got it to his teammate. Forbes has a handball option in the middle of Pink's Reserve. Broke a tackle there, did Eddie Holroyd. Wheels onto his left, grab a kick. Eventually gets to Bolto. Bolto found his teammate in Forbes. Forbes to Cutter. Cutter with a short kick to Signorelli. The Vermont junior goes deep, went over the top of his teammate's head, who couldn't complete the grab in the end. Could Edward Rogerson applies the pressure. And it's a forward 50 stoppage in the left forward pocket. So an opportunity here for the Eastern boys. 11.5 minutes left. Just the 1 goal for each side in this second term. South Metro with 4 of the last 5 as a free kick is found. Some ill discipline from the Eastern boys, and they can rebound, can South Metro.
Yeah, it was against Esley because South Metro, they now switch it towards the far side in the back pocket here. I'll move this out of their back half. Another mark taken. I've worked this well so far, but a bit of slow movement before they just send it long down the line. Plenty of Eastern numbers around this one. And the tallest man on the ground takes a mark, who is currently facing the wrong way, is Bolto. Passed it off, and now they'll go inside 50. Over the top, great hands from Nick Hewitt. And you'd back him in to kick this one. Still about 30 metres out. Not too much of an angle.
All part of the grand plan from Bolto.
Yeah, that's right. Worked out, so doesn't matter. As Hewitt already has one today, looking for goal number 2. And they're bringing this margin back to 7 points. Kick is through the middle. He's got 2, and the AFNL have their third. 3-2-20 to 4-3-27.
Did like that passage of play from Easton, which started from the interesting move there from Bolto.
Facing the other way.
As mentioned, it is all part of the grand plan, because he did face the wrong way, and then the umpire must have signalled, and then he saw a handball option. So
worked out perfectly in the end.
Brilliant stuff there from 2 of the Vermont juniors. Of course, Hewitt with now his second. The only goal for Easton in the first quarter, as Bolto will go up in this ruck contest. Up against Lachlan Kerwin. It's Bolto who won it down. South Metro win this clearance, but unable to take clean possession. Mulholland, who's been really good to start this game, the Caulfield junior, went into the middle with a dangerous kick, slapped forward by Blake Carew. And his teammate in Jerome Marlowe, who wheels around, heads to the forward 50 arc. Mark dropped, but picked up on the ground by South Metro, who worked this out through hands. Occhiotto handballs it back to Mulholland. Dances out of trouble, got the kick inside forward 50, where it's read best by the EFNL, and they handball it immediately to Galea. Into the middle, where staying on the ground there was Hewitt, doing really well to pick up the footy. Heads to this the far side, where Sleeman was spun around the world, still got a kick away, and Bradshaw is able to force the turnover. It was a good kick and a good mark taken by the South Metro junior. Headed inside forward 50 with a great ball to Dylan Tui, who can go back, and after missing a shot earlier, will look to add his first goal on the board. The Waverley Park Hawk junior. Of course, I think there is a connection between Waverley Park and Mulgrave, the senior club, but so who knows, maybe in the future he might pull on the Mulgrave jumper as he comes in now, drifts to the right and stays there. 8 points the margin, 4-4-28 South Metro to Easton, 3-2-20, just over 8 minutes left second term.
So, as we said, 8 points in it in this second quarter. Great contest we have out here at Pinks Reserve to finish the series. EFNL won their first game quite comfortably against the Yarra Junior Football League, and for South Metro, they're looking for their first win. Their Division 1 under-14 sides. Been another great series, of course, as the kick in finds a target. Strong hands. So Condon, his kick into the man on the mark, recovers it well, gets the handball forward, it's turned over. And now for South Metro, selling the can to get the handball off, under a lot of pressure, just trying to dart through traffic. Umpire says play on. The quick handball from Walter. They try and get out of trouble here under extreme amount of pressure. Plenty of numbers around this contest for both sides. The handball just out of defensive trouble as they lose a bit of territory here, South Metro. And now it's a big opportunity for Easton as Rogerson, who kicked 6 goals last week, couldn't quite hit his target, as now it's cleared out through for South Metro. Turned over, Eslick towards the top of the square. And the umpire has paid a free kick, and it is going the way of Edward Rogerson.
He has threatened at times Rogerson, but will look to get a bit more involved after the 6 goals last game.
Yeah, certainly, of course. Kicked the 6, as you said, and was in the best in a losing side on Saturday. So he's a great kick of the foot in. You would back him in. Slight angle right behind this one. As Rogerson comes in off the right boot, and it just fades to the left. So a minor score that moves Easton to 3-3-21, South Metro 4-4-28. 6 minutes left in this second term.
Did kick 2 in that first victory on the Wednesday night about a fortnight ago, as the kick in went to the far side. Spoiled out of bounds before Blake Carew could run onto it. One of a few Ajax juniors Ajax Juniors, of course, pretty talented junior club as well as most recently, most notably, the junior club of Harry Sheasel, the North Melbourne superstar, is breaking a couple tackles as Alessandro Signorelli put the don't argue on, went for broke, and missed to the right. Jeez, that would have been some sort of finish there from Alessandro Signorelli, but it moves Eastern to 3-4-22. One kick behind South Metro. Pressing at the moment are the AFNL. The kick-in went short. Henneberry has had a good game so far. Good kick to Occhiotto. There's also a mouthful to pronounce. The Hampton Rovers Junior will head towards this broadcast side wing where he's got an open teammate in Janiver. The Eastern player forced the contest and is able to take clean possession is Moncton. Chipped it over the top. We're picking it up there is Easton and Signorelli, who's been lively the last couple of minutes. Headed inside forward 50. Couldn't keep it in play. Good Archer Eslick. But it's still a forward 50 stoppage. And if they kick a goal here or create an opportunity, Easton, they have the opportunity to tie the scores as we enter the shadows of half-time out here at Pinks Reserve. The magnificent Pinks Reserve, it must be said, where there's a pretty decent crowd out here today. As Condon won the tap down. Back to Signorelli, who's racked up the disposals the last couple of minutes. Handball back to Cutter. Cutter in the direction of Hewitt. Hewitt got it off to Ray, who heads to the top of the goal square. South Metro have the outnumber, but out the back and getting the goal is Archer Eslick. And scores a level out here at Pinks Reserve. 4-4-28 apiece with 4 minutes left in the second term.
Yeah, it's a much needed one for the EFNL just to tie things up going into this halftime break, and still time to even hit the lead before we get into the second half. As we'll get ball back towards the middle of the ground, all tied at the moment, 4-4-28 apiece.
They've had a really good, they've gained the ascendancy mainly the last 10 minutes of the Eastern boys. Maybe something about kicking towards the Canterbury Road end of the ground.
Yeah, you just feel like they're just starting to get their game rolling a little bit better. As they tap down in the middle of the ground, picked up cleanly that time by Adard for South Metro. He finds a target on the wing, takes the market on the chest. The handball couldn't reach its target. Now it's a chance for Dawson. The kick this time from Shinkfield, turned over. Now in the hands of South Metro. Using the corridor, it was a dangerous handball. Okuda did okay. Kadoosh tries to hit up a target and is able to do so. Genovo's a long way out from goal. Put this one back towards the top of the square. Eastern defender coming in with a big spoil and comes back out to Condon. They clear this one through the corridor. Ball to be won here. And the tackle that time from Jennings holds things up. 2.5 minutes of play in this second quarter, and we're all tied, 4-4-28 apiece. Perfect way to finish this final game of the AFL VIC Metro Junior Development Series. Doing well out of the middle. That time was Jennings. Sends a long kick and can bounce through. Oh. Has it gone through? It has. And Jennings has kicked one from 60 metres out and have put Easton in front. And was that Eslick on the goal line there? Did pretty well just to be able to shepherd that through, potentially.
I reckon
or Rogerson.
It was Rogerson, yeah.
So, a big goal for Easton. Certainly the goal of the day, and puts them in front by 6 points.
I think that's about 3 goals in a row now the Eastern boys have kicked. Full of momentum heading into the halftime break. Can they add another with 1.5 minutes left, as Bolto will now go up in this ruck contest. Facing off with Jackson McPherson, the Hampton Rovers Junior, going up against the Vermont Junior, and it's the Vermont Junior that wins out. Will look to follow up his own work. Almost applied a shepherd in the end. When he was around the footy was Bolto. Spills out now to Descala, who applies the tackle. Here on Caleb DeYoung, who's worked his way up the ground. The only multiple, or one of 2 multiple goal scorers for the South Metro boys as Bolto goes up in ruck. Won that tap down. His teammate will eventually get onto it in Signorelli, who's lit it up the last couple of minutes for the Eastern boys. Carter couldn't get a clean handball away, and it's an opportunity for the South Metro boys. Xavier Adard, who's also had a good game, the Bo Morris Junior. on his left, heads to the far side where the mark was dropped. Signorelli again around this footy. Blake Carew, it's almost as if he's got a magnet, does Alessandro Signorelli. He's worked hard all across the ground. Last touch rule though, and it's Blake Carew who has an opportunity with 30 seconds left to give South Metro or tie the scores here. So he went with the short kick. Inside 50 now for the South Metro boys. Kick intercepted and playing on almost immediately is Moncton. Only 15 seconds left, so he just decides to go through the middle. Intercept possession taken, run down from behind. Plenty of pressure being applied, but it's still an opportunity for Easton, who head inside forward 50. Mark dropped there by Nicholas Stewart, who's still got a handball away. They'll run out of time, or the AFNL, as Forbes tries his best. Locked up, although scoreboard might have gone too early, but it says 0 seconds left, but they'll still continue play as Hewitt went up unopposed, got the handball away as the siren eventually rings and signals the end of the first half out here at Pinks Reserve of this AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series Under-14 Boys Div 1 game, which sees the AFNL 5-4-34 to South Metro 4-4-28. The major goal kickers, 2 to Nicholas Stewart, while singles to Archer Eslick, Patrick Condon and Joshua Jennings for the AFNL South Metro. Only 2 goal kickers, Caleb DeYoung and Spencer Buck. We're going to go to a break here and we'll bring you the second half of action when we return out here at Pinks Reserve.
Welcome back to the AFL VIC Metro Junior Development Series Round 3 out here at Pinks Reserve. And we're ready to go for this second half action. The EFNL currently leading by 6 points, 5-4-34. South Metro 4-4-28. We have an update out at Walker Park, Josh, from the live stream.
Half time out there, it is 11-7, so only the one behind kicked in the second quarter for the Eastern girls that lead heading into the second half out there at Walker Park.
There you go. So interesting final half to come out here. It's 6 points in it. EFNL strong second term to steal the lead, as out of the middle again is Jennings, who was very important in that second term. Almost hits up a target. The bounce eluded his intended target in Condon. There's a bit of a scrap here for the Balls. We'll get a stoppage. Inside 50 for the EFNL. So umpire balls it up. Tap down this time. One by South Metro. Kick was smothered. Out of the middle, Jennings. His kick came back to him. It was smothered. Went back to him. And now he's put through another. Josh Jennings has his second. And he's having quite a day, Josh.
Certainly is. It's the AFNL extending their advantage out to 12 points as well. 6-4-40 to South Metro 4-4-28. That's the last of 4 goals in a row for the AFNL boys. Now have all the momentum. So we took over a minute played in this third quarter, the second half out here at Pinks Reserve, where again it's a pretty decent crowd for the final game of the Junior Interleague Series. These, for all sides today, it's been, as you mentioned a little bit earlier on, a great series so far. Is getting the clearance there with Signorelli. Kick was smothered, deflected to Rogerson. Govic to Jennings. Jennings' handball over the top was a good one to Sleeman, whose handball was Aaron, but then decided to slap it forward. Applies the pressure. Clearing kick wasn't picked up there by Duddy. It eventually was, in fact. Broke a tackle and kicked it over the top. Bounce favours his teammates there in Janova, who handballed it immediately there to Marlowe. Went inside forward 50, where it's out the back. And tapped through for a behind. So 11 points the margin, 4-5-29. South Metro to the Eastern, 6-4, 42 minutes played here.
So Sharp, tap the kick in here. He's going to send it towards us on the broadcast side. Finds a target, that's a great kick, and then the mark is taken by Shinkfield. At the half-back line for Easton. Makes his decision for hitting up Signorelli. Been good today. Takes on the man on the mark and gets a handball over the top. And it's back to Shinkfield. Shinkfield hits up a target. Discala called to play on. He's kicked towards the half-forward line. Big fly out. Got a hand to it. I believe that could have been Condon. The South Metro. Just a kick and hope in the middle of the ground. Plenty of Eastern numbers. Bounced off the head that time of Dawson. South Metro trying to break through the tackle. Now plenty of numbers for Eastern to mop this one up towards us broadcast side. Often racing. Rogerson inside 50. Condon almost had it on the second attempt. Handling to himself there, Henry, and now can take a bounce. Still in a bit of trouble, the handball. He missed it, turned it over. They've got still some numbers to try and mop this one up. Picked off by Condon, and he's caught. That's a throw, and South Metro now to clear this one out. Intensity has risen in this game. Schiller. Move this down the line. Mark taken by Mulholland. Off the left boot. Just overdid the kick to the intended target. And now it's Walter, who's under a bit of pressure himself. Umpire is going to ball it up. Right in front of us. Here at Pink's Reserve, 16 minutes left in this third term. Kick was a good one through the corridor. Finds Cutter. Cutter now looking to switch the play. Finds Govic, who's off and racing. Gets the handball off. To his teammate running past. He'll get it back from him too. Keeps this in front of himself without being able to pick it up. Did well to hold this one up too inside 50. And a stoppage will be a good result for Eastern.
Sure will be. Almost in front of their coach's box. O'Cannon and Daniel Wex coaching this under-14 Div 1 boys side throughout the Junior Interleague Series as De Young helped out his teammate who couldn't take clean possession. Going to be pinged. Good tackle by Brax Moncton. The Beaconsfield junior, as mentioned, one of two to be playing for Eastern today. Went with a dangerous kick. Oskuru couldn't take clean possession. Eastern are able to escape the congestion and get it out to Rogerson, who's starting to look more lively in this quarter. Heads deep inside forward 50, where kicks intercepted by South Metro, who head to the far side. Carew all by himself. Chipped it over the top, searching for Mulholland, who's had an impressive game. Ran into his interchange bench in the end. Caulfield Bears Junior, the only one, I'm pretty sure, that plays for Caulfield in this lineup today, and across both under-14 boys lineup today. So doing an exceptional job as Rogerson took it out of ruck, broke a tackle. No, he didn't. He turned it over, in fact. And it's an opportunity for the South Metro boys. The handball out from Marlowe. Went to De Young. De Young quickly handballed it away. His teammate's kick was interfered with, and it allows Eastern to break through the middle of Pink's Reserve. Sharp up. In fact, that was Forbes under immediate pressure there from Kadoosh. Rocking a decent mullet as well, and the headband as well. We saw that in the earlier game out here for the South Metro boys as the handball out. Try to find Jennings. Fumbling around in the middle of Pink's Reserve, but extracting it there are the Eastern boys. That might have been Hewitt, who got the kick away to Bolto. Deeper inside, forward 50, where Rogerson outmarked his opponent. Some good forward craft there from the South Belgrave Junior, and he can go back and potentially extend Eastern's advantage to 17 points. If he kicks this, it would be about 5 goals in a row now, and 6 of the last 7 for the Eastern boys, starting to put their foot to the pedal as they look to get their second win of this Junior Interleague Series. Rogerson, 6-goal performance on Saturday. 8 goals so far this Junior Interleague Series. With a slow, deliberate approach, which pays dividends. And it is Eastern moving their advantage out to 17 points. 7-4-46 to South Metro, 4-5-29. 7 minutes ticked over.
Yeah, going to be a very talented player for years to come. It's Rogerson. So it's that 9 goals in the series.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty impressive, and it might be a couple more next to his name in the next quarter and a half if he can really get going, as the EFNL, you said, a game-high 17-point lead for them.
It's looked lively when he's moved into midfield. Playing as the deepest target now as he, as Bolto comes into ruck, Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see if they can make the most of it. Out of the middle again, it's going to be another clearance for Easton. Towards us on the broadcast side. Bit of a dribbling kick. Doing well on a 1-on-2 there. But now South Metro gets some numbers to this contest. Mulholland was working that forward. Out of bounds it goes, so not able to keep it in. Genova.
Like Mulholland's game so far for South Metro as well. Provided some class off that left boot of his from midfield.
Right in front of us, we'll get a boundary throw in. 11.5 minutes to play in this third term. 7-4-46 to 4-5-29. We're back into play. The tap down this time won by South Metro. Quick little handball. And now they'll go forward through De Young. Clears everyone. Tracking this towards the boundary line. There's going to be a free kick here.
It's a boundary throw.
It is a boundary throw, and I thought I heard another whistle, but still a pretty good spot for South Metro. Inside their attacking half. They do need a goal desperately because Eastern are well and truly in control. Doing well where there was Tui. Bouncing kick inside forward 50. Creates a bit of chaos as it goes across the line again. They kicked 3 of their 4 goals in a row in that first term. Since then, it's been all Eastern. Kick out of the back half, intercepted. And they'll get another crack at this. Nothing presenting as of yet. Decides to get the handball off to Betts. And now they'll put it towards the top of the square. Plenty of Eastern numbers are at the back of this contest. And they're going to be able to raffle this one off as the ball comes out to Dixon. Dixon off the half-back line. Will keep this moving forward. Was looking to find Rogerson. Now numbers to South Metro as they handball it amongst each other. Schiller. Just working this back, and they've lost a bit of territory before they go forward to find a target, and it's turned over. Jennings, who's off and racing straight away, plays on and takes this ball through the corridor. And we might just get a stoppage. About 75 out from the Eastern goals.
9.5 minutes left here. In this third term, it's Eastern with the only, might be the only 2 goals of this quarter so far, as kick went to centre half forward for South Metro, picked up there by Dawson. Handball was to a pack where South Metro have the outnumber, although De Young's kick was smothered. Deflected to Sharp, whose kick was high up and under. It went to Schiller, who kicked the goal after the umpire blew the whistle. Chuck Schiller with a really good finish. And as you mentioned, Ryan, they needed a goal, South Metro, and that's exactly what they've got.
Yeah, very handy one for them, and great finish from inside 50, and just keeps them within touch, back to 11 points. They'll certainly want to get back-to-back goals here as we tick closer to three-quarter time.
It's almost a game of momentum, and South Metro just starting to get a little bit more of the momentum out here.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes have been a lot better. So we'll get a ball up back in the middle once more. The umpire's called something here, and it is going the way of Eastern. So that is a momentum killer as Bolto passes it off, and they'll send a long kick towards the half-forward line. At hands, in front there is Dixon. Handball over the top. Just eluded his teammate there in Holroyd. Finds it again. Under a lot of pressure. Lloyd wants to clear this one out of their back half. Still in this play on just a little bit there for Shinkfield to get his hands out. This time it will be held up. 7.5 to play in this third term. 7-4-46 to 5-5-35. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube. Game 3 of the series for the under-14 boys Division 1. long kick out of defence for South Metro. Eluded a couple of Eastern defenders and socketed off the ground. Just gaining a bit of territory. This time it was picked up cleanly. Inside 50, target right on the boundary line. They try and keep this one in. Not able to do so there, Nicholas. But once again, a good positioning for the South Metro side. Back inside their attacking halfwards, we get the boundary throw-in. And a good contest between the two sides. Of course, the Division 2 game was a pretty handy win for Eastern. High kick towards the top of the goal square. Got hands to it. Applying the pressure, but pretty calm was the Eastern defenders, and they're happy to walk that over the line for a rush behind. 5-6-36 South Metro, 7-4-46 Eastern.
6.5 minutes left. Third quarter of this junior interleague game, a double header in the under-14 boys. As flying there was DeYoung. Eastern have the numbers out the back. It's Dixon to Hewitt. Hewitt to Jaden Forbes, streaming through the wing of Pink's Reserve. Got it to Holroyd, who in the end handballed it to himself, the Blackburn junior. Loquacious type of kicking action in the end, and we'll get this ball back from Maxwell Boto and head inside forward 50. No mark taken. Out the back is Steguis. Goes searching for territory, finding William Hennebury though, who's been good in defence. Chipped it over the top. It was a really good kick to his teammate, who looks to play on immediately. And head through the middle of Pink's Reserve where Xavier Addard is. Goes long inside forward 50. Kick should have been cut off there by Fisher. Dropped the mark. Invited DeYoung to go for the shot and missed to the right. So peppering the goals to South Metro. They're 5-7-37. Eastern 7-4-46. 5.5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
So back to 9 points. Did get up to 17 points, a game high for Eastern. As out of defence, the mark taken by Moncton. The half back line. Towards us, Dixon. Got a bit to work with. Work to do, and couldn't quite. And it was out of bounds. Lloyd. Short kick forward. Genova. Inside 50. They can't get a mark, but crumbing that one nicely. Gardson. Pressure's been good here by Eastern. They've won themselves a free kick. A high free kick, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
As the kick out of defence just fell into the hands here of Dixon. The short option, Forbes, towards the middle of the ground. Good ball to be won, and was by Eastern. Getting a hand to it, Addard. Now Tui. Picks up a target on the wing. And pushing forward again, looking for one more before three-quarter time. They hit up a target inside 50 to Young. So with less than 4 minutes to go, this is a pretty important kick for South Metro, who have done all the attacking in the last 4 to 5 minutes of this game. Kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. No, he's in range from here. It's a good strike off the ball, but it's short. And the mark is taken in defence. Moncton for Eastern.
Defensive goal square. Short. Might be Cooper Dawson. Or Jacob Dixon, in fact, the Heathmont Jr.
Been busy this quarter.
He has been on a wing. As he goes out wide. His teammate just decided to launch it in the Govich direction. Couldn't complete the grab. The Young's there on the ground. Handball it inboard to Marlowe, who handballed it immediately. Wheeling away is Tui. Goes for goal, and it's happily rushed through there by Skuru. So it's South Metro 5-8-38 to Eastern 7-4-46. 3 minutes left in this third quarter. A tight contest out here at Pink's Reserve to finish the AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series. Is dropping the mark, but still getting away. There was Galea headed to the far side where Josh Ray is. Looks inboard, now looks outboard. Decides to go the latter, where all by himself is Declan Cutter. Far side wing of Pink's reserve. Looks to go inside forward 50, or he's got a teammate all by himself. And Patrick Condon, who's looked lively in attack, looks to play on immediately because he's got a couple of loose. It fell short of them. Jennings is there to mop up. And it's touched through in the end. So he's had opportunities, Josh Jennings. 2 goals won this game. It's Eastern 7-5-47 to South Metro 5-8-38.
Yeah, when he gets going, very lively. Great youngster there, of course, from Vermont. Can be one to keep an eye on again in the future. Very good players in this side. As the clearing kick out of defence for South Metro. They're going to look to go straight down the middle. They handball this around. It's held up here. Important tackle on Adard. Means we'll get a stoppage, still about 70 out from the Eastern goals, who currently have a 9-point lead in the last 90 seconds of this third term. I'd love to get one more to make that a little bit more comfortable going into the final break. Out of defence. Good mark taken that time by Hugo Howe. Looks to pass it off to the runner. Running by is he's kicked down the line. Important ball to be won. DeYoung is there for South Metro, applying the pressure on Fisher. Inside 50, numbers here for Easton. The mark's taken. That time by Galea. Norwood Jr. Now look to switch it towards us.
Like the Galea's game so far as well.
Yeah. It's cut off though. Well done there by South Metro towards the top of the square. They've got plenty of numbers around this one, and going into an open goal there is Gus Gatson. And he gets his first, and importantly for South Metro, brings the margin back to 3 points on the eve of the three-quarter time siren.
This is a good contest out here at Pink's Reserve, a tight affair in the under-14 boys Div 1 game, and that might be the last kick because there's only 30 seconds left. I doubt there'd be another opportunity for either side to impact the scoreboard. So 7-5-47 to 6-8-44 should be the three-quarter time score, though we might have time for one more ball up.
Have to be pretty quick.
It'd have to be like lightning out of the middle. Even now it seems a tall order as there's a free kick. But the siren sounds. And it is the AFNL holding a 3-point lead, 7-5-47 the Eastern boys. South Metro 6-8-44. The major goal kickers, 2 goals each to Joshua Jennings and Nicholas Hewitt, while singles for Archer Eslick, Edward Rogerson and Patrick Condon. For South Metro, still 2 goals to Caleb DeYoung and Spencer Buck. Singles to Chuck Schiller and Gus Gadsden, both coming in that third quarter. We're going to go to one last break before we bring you the final quarter of action out here in the AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series under 14 boys Div 1 clash between the EFNL and the SMJFL.
Welcome back to the AFL VIC Metro Junior Development Series of 2026, Round 3 action at Pinks Reserve and the Under-14 boys. Division 1 game between the EFNL and South Metro. It is just 3 points in it. 7-5-47 EFNL, 6-8-44 South Metro, as we're set for hopefully a grandstand finish here, Josh, to close out the series. It's been enjoyable. Obviously, the Division 2 game pretty one-sided in the AFNL with a big win, 117 points. This game looks like it might go right down to the wire with South Metro kicking the last 2 goals of the third term to get them within striking range. As we're back in the middle for this final term, the tap down won by Easton. Been pretty good in the centre clearances today. Is a high kick from Signorelli. And a holding free kick this time going the way of the EFNL. And cut up. Can send them inside 50 for the first time in this final quarter. Looking to hit up a target. Almost did. The mark was dropped. Time by Eslick. Gets a handball back to Rogerson. Off the right boot. His kick still alive here. Still a bit of work to do for this defence. South Metro try to get it out, but cut up. Got the handball off. Holroyd towards goal for the perfect start for the fourth term. Just missed to the left. Minor score. 7-6-48 Easton. 6-9-45, 6-8-44 South Metro as the scoreboard gets that wrong. And here at Pinks Reserve.
Kick out went to the far side. No mark taken by the South Metro player, but picks it up cleanly, does Lloyd. He's had a good game in defence. Try to put the don't argue on, but it's going to be Pink for holding the ball. This is the South Metro Junior, and the free kick will be paid to Nicholas Stewart. There's a tough angle to encounter at around about 30, 35 metres out. He'll kick this from probably 30 metres out, I'll say. As he comes in now, decent connection. Misses everything. Oh, it left the boot.
It looks different from here.
It does. It does. Especially when you're looking out onto the ground and not off the screen.
Yep. So
the free kick will be paid by Schiller. At least it's not as bad as my error of going with the commentator's curse the last game.
Yeah.
There's the intercept grab taken. Signorelli, who's been really good this game. The Vermont Junior. High kick. Mark won't be taken there by Josh Jennings. Applies the pressure. Handball dug out there by the South Metro player. Found his teammate who tried to break a tackle there, did Suey. Still got it away in time, and the clearing kick will reach Mulholland, who had some good support there from his teammate. Goes with a long kick in the direction there of Marlowe. Under some pressure, tried to kick off the deck, and fresh air did. Instead, it's his teammate, Kadoosh. Got the handball away. Teammate couldn't take clean possession, and Easton have an outnumber. Rogerson through the middle of Pinks Reserve. Headed in the direction of Archer Eslick, who was under immediate pressure. A good tackle laid there by Cullen Duddy, and forces a stoppage 50 metres out from the Eastern goals.
So 3 minutes into this final term. Still just 4 points in it. A long kick forward from Rogerson. Juggling that one, couldn't quite bring it down. It's Condon. Eslick from an impossible angle. Not too bad of an effort, but marked on the line. The South Metro as they now look to switch towards the far side of the ground here at Pinks. Inbound kick finds Haddad, and they're off and racing. They've transitioned this quite well, and this will be able to set them up inside 50. They've got numbers, and they got a bit of space, and the mark was taken. Looks to play on and find his teammate tucked away in the pocket there. And they'll be in range. Tough angle, but a chance for Marlowe to put South Metro in front in this final term. An important kick.
So doubt Easton, given they've had most of the attacking territory.
So Marlowe comes in, lines up, kick towards goal is right, and it is no score. Out of bounds on the full. So It will remain a 4-point lead. The kick-in will be taken by Oscuro. Is he in the back pocket? Kick towards us on the broadcast side. No mark taken. Rogerson. Kick forward. Boyd getting involved for South Metro. The kick by Descala was smothered. Across the line it goes. And we'll get another boundary thrown. So 15 minutes left in this final term. 7-6 plays 6-8. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube.
Ed Rogerson going up in ruck, who when he's worked up the ground has looked pretty good in midfield. It's the tap down one by Kerwin, whose teammate was able to clear it inside forward 50, slapped forward there in the direction of Dawson, who danced his way out of his problems and headed to the far side, where under pressure there was Cutter, applied the tackle on Kadoosh, still got a handball away to Marlowe. Marlowe to Tui, who fumbled it and turned it over to Easton, who headed in the direction of Rogerson, is there on the ground, handled it off immediately to Jennings, who's off and running. Kick was a good one to Hamza Sleeman, who's forced to take some time because he had no target inside forward 50. He does have a couple now. There was Condon, who will look to follow up that marking effort on the ground. Try to dig it out, did the South Metro player, and he's going to be pinged for a throw. There is Andrew Newbolt. It was there.
Yeah, that's fair, I think.
You could see what he was trying to do, trying to slap it forward, but it was just, I think he almost held on to it too long. And Josh Jennings can add a third on the board and push Easton's advantage out to 4 points with nearly 13 and a half minutes left, 6.5 minutes played in this final quarter. Directly in front, 30 metres out, good connection, good finish. Josh Jennings has 3 and Easton are back out to a 10-point lead, 8-6-54, I should say, to South Metro, 6-8-44. Same amount of scoring shots, sharper kicking in front of goal from the Eastern boys, Ryan.
Yeah, that's right, and a good reward for effort, because they've probably been the better side in the first 7 minutes of this final quarter and deserved a goal, and that just gives them a little bit of a buffer. 10 points.
Got an update from Walker Park as well. Early in the last quarter, Eastern under 15 girls lead 34-19.
So back in the middle we go again. Out of the middle, Signorelli got the hands off. Wants to find a target on that far side. Moncton breaks away from his opponent, sends it long, kick towards goal, and just misses to the right. 8-7-55 Eastern, 6-8-44 South Metro. You feel like they're very close to breaking this game open and walking away with their second win of the series. The mark is taken for South Metro at the half-back line. Not the best kick off the boot. Turned over, now Oscuro bounces this one towards a teammate, Neslick, who able to get his hands off in time. Rogerson wheels around on the right and puts it towards the top of the square. Dangerous area of the ground for South Metro in defence, but they do well to clear this one out through Tui. And the mark is taken. Kadoosh.
There's a decent set of hair on him as well.
You love it, don't you? That the handball was back to Tui, who finds a target, centre wing.
I'm just jealous.
We're going to play this on and run down in the tackle. And we'll get a ball up.
Just jealous because I can't grow it that long.
You used to have it, didn't you? You had the mullet going a few years back.
Maybe a couple of years ago, but not anymore.
So, big tackle there. Ball comes forward. Great mark. That's sharp, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Great hands.
You can see why he was best on ground in their loss on Saturday. He's had a good game in defence, Sullivan Sharp.
Yeah, been super solid as he's kicked down the line. Sleeman kept it going. Plenty of numbers between South Metro. They both went to pick up the ball at the same time as now they take a dangerous kick to Duddy. Paid off. And the Colorado as they move this down the line. Almost grabbing that one. Coming in first. Going with the don't argue. Kept this moving forward. In defence there was Fisher, who did really well. And the mark is taken here from Bolto. Call to play on. Hands it back. Now Walter's kick. Back in the middle of the ground here. It's won by South Metro. Still playing in the hands of Bolto's. Oof. Caught by 2 South Metro players. Signorelli involved in a couple of passages of play here. This time he was caught high. Umpire says ball up.
Really liked this game, Alessandro Signorelli.
Yeah, been really good.
Provided spark in midfield as firing the pressure there was Moncton. Had the umpire to encounter as well. South Metro, DeYoung. Handled it back to Mulholland. Two of the better players for South Metro this game is Holroyd. Almost playing a roaming type of role across half-back and half-forward is Eddie Holroyd. There's the kick out of defence from Oscuro. Descala happy to tap it over right near the Eastern coach's box. Swing wing and half forward for South Metro, who need a goal soon. 9.5 minutes left in this final quarter. They trail 8-7-55 Eastern. South Metro 6-8-44 is Walter. Danced out of trouble and found his intended target in Condon. Went into the middle of Pink's reserve, but immediately turned it over. And getting this handball back here will be Esteguis. Goes inside forward 50. Does the Pran Junior. Big pack forms. No mark taken on the ground. There is Signorelli, who burst away, took a bounce. Took too long and is going to be pinged. A great chase down tackle from South Metro. They play on immediately to Howell. Howell inside forward 50. An opportunity once again. There's a high free kick paid to Kyson Ferricane, whose teammate points towards this broadcast side, which is the direction he heads. He's got a loose there in Hewitt. Chips it over the top to Dixon. Dixon nearly got into trouble, but escaped it before he could. His teammate was in trouble there in Fisher. Still got a handball away, and it found Moncton, who headed inside forward 50. No mark taken again by Jennings, but he's there on the ground. Dish the handball off, searching for Condon. Will he be able to pick it up? South Metro player happy to rush that through, Callan Duddy. But it's 2 straight kicks in at 8-8-56. Eastern to South Metro, 6-8-44. 8 minutes left.
Yes, they're 1 goal away, I think, from icing this one. The South Metro look to escape their back half. Probably going to have to start to take some risks here if they're to win this game. They had a close loss to Frankston by 4 points to start the series, and then lost to Yarra by 50 as good mark taken. They'll look to use the corridor once more. Howell doesn't hit up a target, but still works out okay because DeYoung is able to pick it up cleanly. Can they get a mark out of this? Great hands. And Marlowe will take a set shot on goal. Got to kick this to South Metro. Trailing this game by 12 points. Had a set shot earlier in this quarter. So the East Brighton Junior line up from about 40 metres out. Bit of an angle here. Kick on its way. It's going to stay left. Doesn't quite cross the line, and now it will. So margin back to 11 points. So we'll take 2 goals from here to win it.
I was going to say, is that a handy point?
Potentially.
As the kick went through the middle, 2 Eastern players all by themselves. And the mark taken. Kicks to this broadcast side where Dixon picks it up. Got away. No, he didn't. Great run down tackle from Jacob Lloyd. The pocket rocket run down Dixon, who's a bit ginger after that one. That's not something you like to see as well, because that was a brilliant effort from Lloyd. Takes some more seconds off the clock, but might take a bit of time to get Jacob Dixon back up off his feet, on his feet. Just takes a bit more time off the clock as well for the South Metro boys. He had shown a bit today, had Jacob Dixon.
I think he's been fantastic, actually, for Easton. He's
playing on a wing.
He's been very important, so hopefully everything's all right down at ground level, but has played a really, really great game. And the stretcher is coming out.
Which is unfortunate to see because he had been really bright. And I'm guessing, based on impact of shoulder potentially, I'm
not too sure, yeah.
It looks like he will obviously wait and see, but fingers crossed for him because he does have a very bright future. I think the only Heathmont player in this under-14 boys lineup as well.
Yeah, just having a quick look through. Yeah, the only one out here today from a Heathmont perspective.
So certainly a bright future ahead for the Jets Junior, as they'll be put on the stretcher. Both teams will go into a huddle, and we do hope for the best in this case as the stretcher is moved into position.
So we've got an update out at Walker Park as well. Of course, our under-15 girls Division 1 game against the Essendon District Football League also happening at the moment, which is in the final quarter as well.
Close contest out there. It's Easton 4-12-36 leading the EFNL 4-2-26. 10.5 minutes have gone, so about just under 10 minutes left in that contest out there at Walker Park.
So, moment here, we're just waiting for the stretcher at ground level.
This would obviously, unfortunately, hurt South Metro's chances because the clock hasn't stopped. So, of course, we're down to just over 3.5 minutes left. So, and the stretcher is being, I was going to say it was being taken away, but it's being adjusted. And hopefully a speedy recovery for Dixon, who will no doubt play a key role at any level for.
Well, certainly looking forward to seeing how he goes over the next few years, and obviously the program here is a good start. But just from first time watching him live today, thought he's fantastic as the stretcher. He's now on and coming off the ground.
So you'd think from this passage of play, South Metro would have to score. They've still got 3 minutes left to add a goal. Is great to see. A round of applause for Jacob Dixon. He did play, I think in the first game, a half-forward role did Dixon. But of course, has played wing here and has been key as he stretched it off the ground. We do wish him all the very best because he has been really good as umpire waits for him to be off the ground. We've got 2.5 minutes left. And it'll be Lloyd who'll look to play this immediately. Doesn't have too many options, so might be called to play on. Fake the man on the mark almost. Got to kick away. It's all Easton though. Dishing it off there to Cutter, who went to the left half forward flank. Mark taken there, but not paid by for Hewitt.
Yeah, definitely came off the hand of Lloyd first.
So still an opportunity in the attacking half for the EFNL boys. Can they put the icing on the cake here with this passage of play? Not with that kind of kick. Quick thinking from Riley Galea, but it gives South Metro back the footy.
Yep, they've just got to take every risk they can now. It's less than 2 minutes to go and they still need 2 goals. So we're just about all done here. Great mark, not paid. Kicking towards the corridor. Everything's got to go right now for South Metro if they're to come back from this one. Involved again is Howe, under pressure. Getting a hand to it, Moncton. Just on the boundary line. Unable to keep it in, and with 1:20 left, looks like Easton will be on their way to their 2nd win of the series.
That's a great result. 5 of 6 potential victories for the EFNL and the under-14 boys.
Yep, with the Division 2 side having a flawless record. Tap down 1, good pressure. Across the line it goes again, so certainly a lot to look forward to going forward, of course, next season through the under-15s, but just watching their careers progress. Jennings, Handled it off to a teammate who swung around and got it off the boot. Rogerson chasing this one. Picked up cleanly. Can he add another goal to his tally? Off the right boot towards the forward line and picked off in defence. As we tick down the final 30 seconds of this game, South Metro switching it towards the far side, under a bit of trouble. The pressure was good from Shinkfield. They keep it moving. They link up through the handball game, and the kick turned over, and that will be all she wrote with 15 seconds left.
Taking one of the last kicks will be Easton. Although it'll be turned over to Harvey Betts, who looks to play on immediately. But South Metro have put in a strong shift in this Div 1 contest. It's all been in vain, though, as Easton make a 2 from 2 out here at Pinks Reserve. The AFNL 8-8-56, defeating the SMJFL 6-9-45 in this under-14 boys Division 1 clash out here. The final one in the AFL Victoria Metro Junior Development Series. Of course, it's been a fantastic tournament, as it always has been, the Junior Interleague, with a successful one for the AFNL. Plenty of success across all I think it's 7 sides in the Junior Interleague Series, and I'm sure the league will be very pleased, and the junior football manager as well, Daniel Wex.
Well, yeah, well, good point. We'll obviously give him a shout out here, because he's done a fantastic job with this program, not just this year, but the previous years as well. And it has become such a professional, a professional run program. The pathways, you know, I think when you look at our program as an EFNL, with our partnership with Hawthorn, has just been outstanding. We got games that played at Dingley on a really great ground and set up out there on Saturday. And the coaches that has been brought into the program, you know, when you look at Dillmore, you look at some of the others, you know, Will Day coming on as, you know, assistant coach. Massimo was there as well. And then in the 14s itself, and Luke Hannon comes on this year, who's going to be a fantastic coach if that's where he wants to go going forward. And you know, a lot of credit has to be done to, obviously, said to Daniel Wex for putting this all together and continually build this, and the results have probably spoken for themselves.
I was going to say that the Junior Interleague program has really grown ever since he's entered the role of junior football manager, and the assistant coached out here today as well alongside Luke Hannon. So, and of course other AFNL players,
Corey Preston,
Riley Clausen,
coaching
the Div 2 under 15 boys. So, and of course Amanda Ling coaching one of the girls' sides. So, it's a fantastically run program, and plenty to be excited.
Georgia Kavanagh comes on board this year.
Yes,
another EFNL young star. So, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, it's been a really good series, and a program continues to grow. As that's it for us. We're all finished here. A big thank you to you for your hard work again today. You've been busy with both games and a busy weekend working on Saturday. So, thank you, Josh.
Always a pleasure. Good to be alongside you as well, Ryan, to finish off the Junior Interleague Series out here at Pinks Reserve. First time I've ever called games out here. It's a fantastic...
Is it really? First time?
Yeah, well, I don't think I was there, obviously, for Div 1 finals last year, but it's a fantastic facility, and obviously a shout out to them. They've hosted magnificently, and as you mentioned earlier in the call, hosted training sessions as well during the last couple of months as well for the Junior Interleague. But a fantastic tournament overall, as we see the best on ground for Easton be awarded to Alessandro Signorelli.
Yeah, I like that.
Deservingly so. Was excellent through midfield, provided a spark through there. But great stuff from you as well.
Thank you, Josh. A big thank you to our listeners today, and also the award winner there for South Metro. Did you catch that?
I was going to say, it looks like it's
Andrew Newbold.
Andrew Newbold. He did perform pretty well, I must admit, Newbold. So great to see both of those players be awarded the best on ground, particularly Signorelli, who, when he moved into midfield, was excellent. One of 8 Vermont juniors in this Div 1 side.
Yeah, really got him going. But that's it for us here in the AFL VIC Metro Junior Development Series of 2026. It's been a successful one, and we finish off here at Pinks Reserve with the Division 14 boys winning 8-8-56 to 6-9-45.